Hey everyone, it's Coram and Shreve here with a breakdown of the action in today's session, Thursday, March 21st, where we saw a strong start, but a pretty significant fade by the end of the session, Ken.
Yeah, it gave back some early gains, maybe what we would call stalling type action in the major stock indexes. We did get positive breadth today, so we'll take that better than 2-to-1 positive on the NYSE. Big day for financial stocks, Ali. I want to take a look at Aries Management, ARES. Also want to take a look at Duolingo, DUOL, and finally in the biotech space, Neurocrine Biosciences.
All right, great. Sounds like a plan, Ken. We're going to do that. But first, let's take a look at the major indexes. The Nasdaq up just 0.2% by session's close. And the S&P 500 today up 0.3%. Looking at blue chips, the Dow up 0.7% today for a pretty strong day, but outpaced by small caps. The Russell 2000 here up 1.2% by the end of the day. So not as notable of a fade there. Really, it seems like on the tech side or the Nasdaq, that was the most notable fade of the day here, Ken.
Yeah, I think both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. But it's funny looking at the Dow Jones that we just looked at, and also the Russell 2000. Both of those indexes, closed up near their highs. So kind of different types of days for the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. There's the Dow closing up near its high, getting close to 40,000, and then that IWM, small caps outperforming for the second straight day. Really big day for small caps yesterday when the Fed, confirmed what the market was thinking, that they're probably going to be 3 rate cuts between now and the end of the year. And so, low interest rate environment is going to be good for small caps. So, we'll see. Russell 2000 has not fully broken out yet. So we're still kind of holding out hope that we can get a nice upside move for small caps. But, overall, again, a nice response by the market yesterday to the Fed, and the fact that we gave back gains, and there were some strong movers early on that also faded pretty badly with the market. Again, maybe the market's getting a little tired up here, but we'll just continue to monitor, daily price and volume.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, Ken. Okay, next on the list, let's take a look at KBE, one of the bank ETFs here, Ken, up 1.4% today after a notable session on Wednesday.
Yeah, just looking at a lot of bank earnings. I know Jefferies is reporting next week, and that's just really looking like a good turnaround story for Jefferies. But seeing a lot of investment banks outperforming. This is the S&P banking ETF. So, but it looks like it's kind of breaking out over a trend line here. It's in this sideways consolidation. So, those looking to pick up exposure to financials and they don't want to own individual stocks, this ETF is looking pretty interesting. Again, a little breakout over a trend line today, kind of in this sideways consolidation. It gave back some early gains as well, but looking pretty good here.
Okay, well, let's check in on momentum stocks, shall we, Ken, with the MTUM ETF up 0.9% today.
Yeah, this one I'm still watching. Listen, I feel good about this uptrend. I think the pieces are in place. We got a good corporate earnings environment. We don't have a situation where interest rates should start to spike higher. But I don't really like the price and volume interplay on this ETF. Again, we talked recently about a lot of these higher volume declines in MTUM, and then when you look back over the past 4 days, it's just been rising, but kind of just moving higher without much conviction, not much volume. So just kind of watching this as a proxy to the health of leading growth stocks in the market. And, it still looks fine, but typically when you see these higher volume declines near a top and lower volume rallies, that's again an indication that maybe the run may be ending here. But, still holding above its 21-day line. And just a reminder, you want to pay attention to the leaders to look for signs of a possible market weakness. Names like an NVIDIA, and these stocks are still holding above short-term support levels. So not seeing any sell signals yet in names like NVIDIA, but still going to monitor MTUM.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the strong move, as we've been saying, day after day and week after week, it seems like we could have some sort of pause or digestion. But we'll have to see. Like you said, it seems like overall the keys are in place, and we'll have to see how the rest of the year unfolds. And Ken, with the financial sector in focus, let's take a look at Aries management here, up 2.3% with some strong volume today.
Yeah, I like the look at this setup here. You know, it's a just kind of sideways movement, tight price action, not a super volatile stock here, and it gave a buy signal today. You can draw a little trend line here from that recent high of 139.48, and that's a way it gives you an early entry into a stock. So I thought Aries was actionable today. I saw a lot of buying opportunities in the financial space. So this is one where we'll keep an eye and see if this is eventually going to break out over the 140 level. So for those that bought today, maybe get an opportunity to add if it can clear this 140 level. But Aries is they lend to small and medium sized businesses. They're a kind of an alternative asset manager. Also have some private equity exposure and real estate exposure as well. So pretty good looking name in the investment management group.
Okay. And next on our list is Duolingo. Tried to break out today over a handle entry, did fade by the end of the day, up less than 1% in some volume. But if you look at how things are shaping up for Duolingo for the week, it's still up 8.9% here, Ken.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The weekly chart definitely gives a different perspective here. This was a disappointing breakout attempt. It just is even when it was trading up near its highs, I still kind of looked at it as sort of limping past this 241 pivot here, and it rose above it. Volume was heavy, but you can see it gave back a lot of those gains. So still some apprehension here. Some sellers in the stock that didn't let it break out. So we want to pay attention to price action like this. It's a little uncertain if it's still a good environment for technical breakouts here. I think Duolingo is a good example of that. It tried to move with some volume today, but sellers knocked it down to session lows.
Okay. We'll keep tabs on that, see if it continues to hit resistance around that 240, 245 level. But that bounce off of the 21-day line earlier in the week, definitely interesting. Okay, let's take a look now at NBIX. Also in focus here. It too came off session highs by the end of the day, Ken, but still closed up 2.2% in some nice volume and an interesting technical picture here as well.
Yeah, I mean this was very heavy volume for NBIX today, probably the heaviest for an up session in quite some time. But again, kind of a similar picture here. Couldn't hold those gains. Tried to cross that 140, that left side high of 143. It's still holding up fine. We'll see how the stock handles the second day of this breakout attempt. But this is a really high class stock in the biotech sector. You've got big revenue growth in recent quarters. It's very profitable. Their main marketed drug is Ingrezza, which treats tardive dyskinesia, sort of involuntary facial movements. They also have a pretty good strong pipeline in anti-depression. I'm trying to remember the schizophrenia. So they do a lot of psychiatric drugs as well, but very profitable and really a high quality name in biotech. Still think this one has a chance to work, but again, that weakness in the broad market today just kind of pulled some of these strong movers early down in the bottom half of the range.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Ken, for that analysis today. And thanks everyone for tuning in. We're going to be back with more tomorrow morning on IBD Live. And we hope you join us, investors.com/IBD Live for all those details. We're going to be joined by Mark Ritchie of Minervini Private Access. So tune in, investors.com/IBD Live. We'll see you there. And then we'll also see you right back here tomorrow after the close. That is Ed and Alexis. We'll see you then. All right, everyone. I'll see you next week. And same with you, Ken. See you then.
Will do.